Hi, in this tutorial we're going to talk about the basics of recording with Audacity, which is an audio recording software that you can download for free on the internet. And let's just walk through the different parts of it. If you look around in Audacity, the first thing you see is this big gray area. That is the workspace. You'll see your tracks that will appear in here, and those tracks are what each individual audio component of your recording is going to be. In the upper left-hand corner, you have the basic recording buttons. We have pause, play, stop. You have the forward and backward, and you have the almighty important record button. You also have in the middle, right up in here, you have the different tools that you can use that you'll be working with when you're working in Audacity. The main tool you'll probably be using most of the time is the I-beam tool. That will allow you to select and deselect items. You have the double-headed arrow that allows you to be able to move tracks around. And you also have the envelope tool, which has the triangles on the top and on the bottom. You're able to adjust volume with that. Those are the big tools that you'll end up using. A couple of things to be aware of. When you're recording in Audacity, you want to make sure in the drop-down menu next to the microphone that you choose your microphone. No matter which microphone you're using, make sure you select it from here. Otherwise, it won't record for you. You also, to listen back, may have to choose what speakers you're going to be using for the recording, but that depends on the different computers that you happen to be using. One thing that I recommend on the top is when you do start to record, next to the speaker is to bring this playback volume all the way over to the left-hand side, so you turn it all the way down. Your microphone, you'll see right here, start with it all the way up, and then you'll need to adjust after that. You'll notice as soon as I start recording, I have this set to the ideal audio level for me as I'm recording. So we're going to be able to try that. So here we go. Let's give it a try. I'm going to click the record button. And now you'll see that I am recording. You can see the meters up on the top. It is recording in stereo for me. And you'll see the meters on top every once in a while peg out a little bit higher. You don't want these to be hitting in the red. If you hit the red, you're going to be getting what's called clipping. And that's where, and you'll notice right in here as I'm recording, you'll see that clipping is what happens when any of these audio waves either hit the top of the track as you're recording. If it hits the top or the bottom, that's clipping. And what will happen is in your playback, it will distort when you have that. So you want to have a sound wave pattern that looks very, very similar to what I have right here. And you'll see right there when I talked really loud, that one did happen to clip just a tad little bit, but that wouldn't be too serious. Now I'm going to bring my playback volume up, and now listen, and you'll hear me talking into this. And now you'll see that I am recording. You can see the meters up on the top. It is recording in stereo for me. So there we go. That's all there is to actually being able to record. Now, when you create your audio track and you've recorded that, you may want to be able to do some editing on that track. Let's say the beginning of my recording, I would have had a whole bunch of just dead space or something I didn't want to include in there. If I go to my I-beam tool, I can left click, hold down, drag to the parts that I would like to eliminate, to delete, and then I just hit the delete key on my keyboard, and you'll notice those are gone. So now when I do the play up in here, and you'll see the meters on top, I just got rid of everything that came before that. It's a really handy tool to be able to use with that. Now also, let's say I had multiple tracks in here. I'm going to just record another track, and you'll see what I'm talking about. First, I'm going to make sure that I have my volume down so I don't get distortion, and I hit the record button. All right, now I'm recording again. Let's see if this is able to pick me up. See, it's right there. Now I have one problem. You'll notice these two tracks are overlaid. They'll play at the exact same time. So if I do hit my play up here, bring my volume up, and you'll see the meters now I'm recording again. Once in a while, let's see if this is able to. That's not acceptable. But what you can do is you can come up to the double arrow and you're able to shift this track wherever you would like to shift that to. So let's say right up in the top up here, we want to insert this in the middle of what I was saying right up above. So I can just drag it approximately to the area. It doesn't have to be exact. I come back to my I-beam tool. I click. Now I want to just split this. I can come up to Edit, Clip Boundaries, Split. I come to my time shift tool here, the double arrows. I can click on this end. I can drag that over here. Now I can do just a little bit of finessing with this. There we go. Now listen to what happens when I play. I'm going to go back to my I-beam. I'm kind of in the habit of going back to that because you never know when you're going to need that. So here we go. Listen to what happens. I'll peg out a little bit higher. You don't want these. All right, now I'm recording again. Let's see if this is able to pick me up. Be hitting in the red. There you go. See how that ended up working? You're able to really do some fine tuning with your tracks. And all of that was done with the basic tools and also being able to use Edit, Clip Boundaries. And the more you practice, the better you'll be with this. Now, this isn't all that you're able to do. Let's say that we would like to be able to add some background music to our recording. So I'm just going to restore that down. And I'm going to just go to an audio music clip that I have here. Left click, drag it in. Now let me just restore up on there. Now you'll see I do have music playing underneath what I had recorded with my microphone. There's one obvious problem here though. Look at the size of these sound waves compared to what I recorded with my voice. That will definitely drown out whatever I'm saying. Here, have a listen. See the meters on top. Every once in a while, peg out a little bit higher. Yeah, that is not acceptable by any means, but it's really easy to take care of. All you need to do is make sure you have the track selected, and I just clicked right over on the side here. You could do the same up here just by clicking in this little blank area. There you go. See how it grays? I can come up to my envelope tool and notice how it just went into the edit mode. I just can come up to the top of the sound wave. I can reduce that down, and I'm going to go down quite a ways here because it was quite loud. Now I go back to the I-beam. Now listen to what happens. And you'll see the meters on top. Every once in a while, peg out a little bit higher. You don't want these to... All right, now I'm recording. There we go. That really brought that background music down. It's a wonderful tool to be able to use to adjust that volume if you need to adjust the volume. Now, a couple of things with this. We want to be able to save what we're working on just in case we'd have to come back and edit later. A word of advice about audio files and video files. Always save everything that's associated with the production that you're making. Always save it into the same folder in the same location. So if it's on a flash drive, keep it on there. If it's on your desktop, keep it on the desktop and automatically save to that. Now, I am going to come up here and just go File, Save Project As. Now it only will save for Audacity. I can't open this with anything else. I go to my desktop and I can find the Audacity file that I happen to create. So let me just look here. There it is, my Audacity folder. And I'm just going to click on here and I'm just going to call this Practice 1. And I click Save. Now I can open that Audacity file in the future if need be in order to do some editing. If you're going to be recording something and you're going to have another editor use your clip in their production, get rid of that background music. That definitely will not be good for you to do. Now, you'll notice I did get rid of it. I clicked the X to eliminate this track. I could also mute that track and then it won't end up playing. So it's your choice on what you'd like to do. Come up to File, Export Audio, and you have some different file formats that you can use to send it. WAV or WAV files are very common. They're pretty large files when you save them, but they sound pretty good. Also, you can have MP3 files. If you're going to be downloading MP3 files here, you're going to export your product into that, you do need to install what's called the LAME, L-A-M-E drivers. And as soon as you try to do that the first time, it will tell you what you need to do, and it actually includes links over to the LAME drivers. Once you have those installed, you can click MP3 files, you can click Save, and it just mixes everything down all together, and I go OK. There it goes. And if you look in here, here's that audio file that I'm able to open. So I can just right click, open with, and let's just choose Windows Media Player, and here it comes. And you'll see the meters on top every once in a while peg out a little bit higher. There it is. That's a self-standing file. I can send this file to anybody, and in their Audacity project, they could insert that if they would like. So if you're working on a group project, you don't all need to record it at the exact same time. And then whoever's doing the editing can end up putting that file into that production. It works really, really well, and something that I would recommend that you do, because remember, you don't have to record an audio file in order. You can record different pieces and then edit them all together. It works that way with videos also. Definitely nothing is difficult with Audacity. It just takes a while to find out the device that you're using, the microphone level, and being able to remember you may get really drastic feedback if you don't bring your speakers down like I do here, and just making those little adjustments. So, enjoy using Audacity. That's a really quick overview of the program. Hopefully that will help you get started and let you know what you're supposed to be doing. Good luck and have a lot of fun.